how's it going? Welcome back to Same Kitchen. My name's Sam Lin. I'm just a home cook who's passionate about sustainability and save money by making things at home, and hopefully by following along my YouTube journey, I can help you do the same in your own kitchen as well. This week, trying a different angle as you can tell in my kitchen, and hopefully that will give you a better depth of field and then be more pleasing to your eyes when it comes to the cinematic shots. And let me know in the comment section what you think of the new angle. This week's recipe, I happen to have some leftover curry that I made earlier this week, and rather than just constantly heating up and from the microwave and stuff, I thought why not elevate it a bit and make some crispy roti to go with it. This roti is based on a Malaysian sort of version of the flaky flatbread. This is a really similar recipe compared to the scallion pancake that we made a couple of weeks ago, which you can find. I'll put a link in one of the corners so you can go check it out as well. There's just something really nice about having that really flaky pancake flatbread and then really just dip it into the curry, and then just the crispiness plus the heat plus the flavor. Just a really good combination, and it's surprisingly really easy to make, and the whole process really takes about 10 minutes of active time, and in between there's like about 30 minutes to an hour of resting time. Yeah, really simple to make, and keen to show you how that's done, and hopefully you can also do that at home. Without further ado, let's get cooking.
I got a message from a Malay friend of mine telling me not to disappoint him and do a Jamie Oliver on his favourite Malaysian dish, which is Roti Canai. No pressure whatsoever. Shout out to Jamie and also you, Amir. To make Roti Canai, we start off with a list of ingredients. We need plain flour, water, neutral tasting oil, and some salt for seasoning. We'll be working with the scale as always. If you've been watching my videos since the start and still haven't got a scale, I'm very disappointed in you. Today's recipe, we'll be making us 4 rotis. We'll start off with 200 grams of flour, 5 grams of salt, 100 grams of water, and 10 grams of oil. This is a very easy dough to work with. No fancy technique is required here. Grab a spatula and start mixing. It should come roughly together after just a couple of minutes of mixing. Flick off the dough that's sticking to the spatula back into the bowl, and now it's time to get your hands dirty. I like to knead the dough in the bowl until it's almost smooth, and then transfer it onto the work surface. This way, I can reduce the mess that I make to the bare minimum. Scrape off any flour that's still sticking to the bowl, and then transfer the dough onto the work surface. Put the bowl aside or use it in a wee bit. Work the dough until it's nice and smooth. This should only take a couple of minutes. Next, we want to portion up our dough. The dough should weigh about 320 grams. 300 divided by 4 equals to 80. Good job. Cut the dough into 4, and each should weigh about 80 grams. Once all portioned up, roll the doughs into little balls with your hands. Some of you might be more experienced with handling balls than others, but that's okay. Take this chance to practice, and you're welcome. Next, we want to grab the mixing bowl we used at the start and use it to rest the doughs. Coat the bowl with some oil, and we want to put our first dough in and cover it in oil. Halfway through, I found that I can actually just put all of them in the bowl and coat them with oil quite easily, so I did exactly that. Make sure all of them are covered in oil and let them rest for at least an hour, overnight if you've got the time. After the doughs are fully rested, we want to roll them out. Prep your work surface by applying a layer of oil. Rub it good, rub it real good. Do a bit of a testing here. Your dough should be rested and not bouncing back when you when you press it. Next, we want to push the dough out with our hands. With the help of oil in our dough, you should be able to spread it out quite easily. Push the dough out as thin as you can. The thinner the dough is, the more layers you'll get in your roti. It's okay if it starts to break. It's normal when using just plain flour. The dough should be so thin that it's somehow transparent. Pick the dough up from one edge and lift it up high. Then, coil it up on the bench. Repeat the above and finish off the rest of the doughs. And next, we want to cook the roti. Put the pan on medium heat, add a little bit of oil to your pan, and in goes the roti. Here, I added a tiny bit too much oil, so the roti got really crispy. The roti should just be toasting in the pan. It's a good idea to flip it a few times until it's cooked on both sides. Once the roti is cooked through, put it on a chopping board and kind of squeeze it together like you're clapping and turn it into a crispy layered mess. And that's how Roti Canai. The cost breakdown is as below. For one roti, 50 grams of flour at $1 a kilo equals to 5 cents. 25 grams of water, let's say free. 2.5 grams of sunflower oil plus more for the bench and pan at 42 cents per 100 ml equals to 5 cents. 1.25 grams of salt at 90 cents a kilo equals to 0.1 cent. Altogether, one roti costs about 10 cents to make. One roti from a restaurant is usually $5 to $6. I'll let you do the math.
Alright, there we have it. Got some curry left over from earlier this week. A very simple way to elevate your leftover curry. Leftover doesn't have to be boring. Make some roti with it. It's really simple to make and also really cheap. Yeah, can't wait to dig in. Just look at the layers and the flakiness. It's so worth it. Makes the whole curry so much better. Yep, you're welcome. Hope you guys try this at home and let me know what you think. It's super simple to do. It's also really cheap. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you give it a like. I put out recipe videos once a week, so make sure you subscribe and follow along my YouTube channel. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. And it's lunchtime.